Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about 10 lessons that I learned from creating my first ever vlog and what creating on an action camera, which I'm using right now, has actually taught me about coming out and creating. Because before I used to shoot all my videos sitting in my office, and I had created a setup that was suitable for that. I really struggled to get back to that type of creating once I had my baby because it just felt off. There were a lot of baby products in my bedroom, which I use as my office. Part of it is my office. And just setting up felt so heavy. I just didn't have the mental capacity to be dealing with my baby and still set up the whole room in order to start vlogging. Yes, I had given my full attention to the little one that we had just brought into the world, so she deserved all that attention. But in moments when she's sleeping or when I feel recovered enough to start recording something, I just couldn't get up and do it because I was still in that phase of having such a perfect setup. Everything had to be perfect. Everything had to be very well measured. And I just struggled to start. So I'm currently using the Insta360 Go Ultra, and it's a simple setup. You just have to click it, press record, and then you're done. You're basically on the go. I'm using it on a selfie stick, and I'll talk more about that later. So this is my setup. The action camera setup is really, really easy. So you could take it for granted sometimes. The first time I ever vlogged, I simply just put on my mic and started recording. But later when I checked my audio and my video, I realized that my mic was actually not connected to the Insta360. So they make it really simple, and I only noticed this later when I started vlogging again. There's a little green bar that appears at the top when you are talking, and it helps you to, there's a little green bar that appears at the top when you're talking. And this shows you that your mic is active and it's recording. Otherwise, there's no green bar when you're simply just using the mic off the camera itself. So I should have maybe checked it before I started vlogging. But yeah, be sure to check your mic setup. It's a simple setup and it really works the whole time. But you need to do your own due diligence. You have a responsibility in this. And not everything is really taken care of in that way. But it's really easy. I was actually very pleasantly surprised to see that the quality of the audio that is coming from the mic was that good. I simply used it when I got to a part of the walk where I had a lot of cars coming through. I put on voice isolation and it worked nicely. You can check out the first video that I ever made by clicking on the description down below. I'll leave a link to the video in the description down below so that you can check it out. The audio quality is really good. Second lesson that I learned was that the hype doesn't always match reality. The hype doesn't always match real life. So I came out and I was looking forward to obviously recording the vlog and also capturing some B-roll. The hype doesn't always match real life because when you look at all those adverts and other people using the Insta360 Go Ultra, they are taking the camera and they are placing it on all surfaces where it can magnetically stick. And when you're walking through the forest like I am right now, there's no magnetic thing that I can stick the Go Ultra to. So in reality, that functionality is perhaps limited to the places where it can work. And it's a great functionality. I've used it around my house, privately with my kids, when we are playing and I'm recording them and I don't want them to notice that I'm recording them. I put it on the light or on a pole or by the door, something that has the ability to actually let the magnet stick. But out in the wild, like this, child, there's no magnet. So I was using it on the tripod and it worked perfectly, like I am using it now. And that's all I did. So that's the second lesson. The hype doesn't match real life. There are use cases where you can use it. So look for those functionality based use cases where you can use it. But I still love this. I will continue vlogging on it. So the third lesson that I learned was that not having enough time actually forces you to have clarity. When I used to record in my bedroom and before my little baby came along, I had a bit more time to be playing around and figuring things out, such as color grading and making sure that the video is just that good or that perfect as I want it to be. And I would fuss about a lot of things, one of them really being the color grading. And now I am so grateful that the video that I record comes out looking exactly like this. I'm not going to color grade this. I don't have the time to do it. The most that I'll do is take out some of the mistakes that I made, but I love the colors that are coming from the Insta360 Go Ultra. I will not be processing them any further, and perhaps it's an artistic thing to color grade and find an aesthetic that you like with your video, but I'm grateful and happy that the clarity that has come with just not having enough time has taught me that color grading is really a luxury, so to say, in time-wise. It's just a luxury right now. And there are things that make it easier. You can buy lots from other people, but I also don't want to go through the hassle of that. It's about the message. Just as the sound quality is important, the message is also important. So having clarity in the message that you are bringing to the world is more important when you are creating than the nice things around everything. So for now, I'm really loving this. It has brought me clarity, and in a way that you can't really put into words sometimes. I'm struggling to find the words to say just how much clarity and simplicity it has brought to my process of making videos. The fourth lesson is that mistakes aren't failures. Don't think about mistakes when you are recording as failures. They are actually part of the rhythm of creating. And I learned to make a mistake is very human, and I can choose to leave in the mistakes to show just how flawed the process of creating videos is for me, just like for everybody. I chose to take out a lot of the mistakes that I made, but that's a just like now, I'm having a mistake. um, but to make mistakes is quite human, right? And forgiving yourself fast, learning fast, and just moving on to create something better is also part of that creative process. It's also part of that creative rhythm. So if you are a person that stumbles upon their words a lot when they are talking, don't mind that. Just edit it out. And what made it easier for me to actually edit everything out and just move along rapidly in my creative process for that first video was having this little thing. It's a remote. It is blinking right over there. You see it blinking. This is what I use to start the video. I just press over here and stop the video. It works so well that I have, whenever I'm leaving the house, I panic if I don't see it. Like today, I was leaving the house and I just couldn't find it for some reason. I went to go find it, and I made sure that I have it with me because it is invaluable. I don't have to go to the camera and try to stop recording. It makes it so easy when I make a mistake to just click over here and make sure that I can start over quickly and I can say exactly what I wanted to say in the way that I wanted to say it. So having tools that don't hinder your creative process is actually very important. And making sure that they are out of the way. They don't hinder that process. They don't create more friction. They just enhance your process of creativity by making things simple and more easy for you to use. That's what we all want in our creative process. And that's what I like about this one. So if you are getting the Insta360 Go Ultra, get the remote control as well. The fifth lesson is that letting go of that perfect background is just so liberating. When I used to shoot in my office, I used to faff about what the viewer will see in the background so often. I changed my office about 3 times in the span of basically launching this YouTube channel. You can see from the first videos that I had blue lighting at the back, and then I changed it to having a bookshelf at the back. And the last few videos that I had my monitor at the back on my desk, and then that's what you were seeing. That one worked really well because then I could use a part of the wall to have some of the writing that if I was talking about something, then I would place it over there. But all of that took me such a lot of time and effort. Time researching how to create a kind of look that is nice, looking at other people, what they have set up in their background, if I like it, if I can do it, moving things around in my own house to make it work. And yeah, it was a lot of fuss. And it created some frustration for my husband, but he can deal with that. Coming out here, having this walk and being able to talk to you so easily, it has freed me from all that fuss, all that anxiety, all that perfection, so to say, of wanting to make everything look so perfect and perhaps a bit staged in a way. Now I just let nature do the work for me. I don't have to make any background settings. I just simply have to come out, have a chat while I walk. The sixth lesson is that you can't do everything all at once. During that first vlog that I made, I had such a lot of things in my mind. I wanted to capture B-roll. I wanted to record and say everything that I wanted to say. And I was pushing a stroller as well. Oh, this setup is actually quite easier. Just so you know, like I'm carrying my baby. I have both my hands free because I love moving my hands when I talk. It is so much easier. So I don't think I'll be going back to the stroller anytime soon. But you can't do everything all at once. So having this simple setup and knowing that, yes, I can take some B-roll, but it's better to take the B-roll when I'm done saying a certain point, and then I can stop the video recording for that moment and capture a bit of B-roll. It's always beautiful. You might use it if you are that person who likes adding B-roll. I do, but it's also not that important because people are here for the message. Once again, people are here for the message. It's more important that you get your point across than you trying to capture B-roll and leaving without getting what you wanted to say out in the world. Because if it starts raining or if my child starts crying, for example, then I will simply just need to stop recording, go back home, and the message will be cut off short. So, yeah, prioritize the message, do one thing at a time, take it slow with yourself, and soon enough you will get into the rhythm of knowing exactly what you want. And you build B-roll over time. It's not just one time when you're coming out that you're capturing all the B-roll at once. You will build it over time, and you can reuse some of the B-roll in other clips as long as you manage all of that well in your folder structure. The seventh lesson is that it's important to actually gather your thoughts before you step outside. I started creating this habit, and now it's just part of my muscle memory. I structure my thoughts on a notes app, write what I want to talk about before I actually start recording. And that's from the days of me recording in my office. Right now, it's becoming very beneficial. When I think about something to talk about, then I quickly just jot it down and in my notes app, and then I can just refer to it as I walk. I don't write out everything that I will be saying verbatim, and I don't write out a script. So that's what this environment, walking and talking, is actually good for, where you don't really need a script. You're not sitting formally. You're not trying you're trying to express what you want, and you're not trying to make everything pretty perfect, but you want to get a message across. So yeah, gather your thoughts. It's important so that you don't ramble on about things that are not relevant to the topic that you are talking about. It's important to stick to the topic. However, you can use examples or you can elaborate further while you're talking. Lesson number 8 is that time actually flies when you're just enjoying yourself. I'm out walking, having a relaxed time, enjoying the fresh air, basically forest bathing, and talking to you. It's such a good time for me, and I really like it. When I filmed my first vlog, I didn't even notice the time. That's how much fun I was having. Before I knew it, I had more than 30 minutes of footage recorded, and I broke it down to, let's say, 22 minutes. Please check that first vlog video in the description down below. But I didn't feel it. I was simply just talking and enjoying myself while having a walk. So choose a setup that is very simple for yourself. For me, this is working out really nice. And have fun while you're doing it, so that you don't notice the time. Have fun creating. Have fun in the process, and enjoy bringing the message that you want, the contribution that you want to bring to the world. Lesson number 9 was a hard one to learn, because I learned that talking about the digital tools that I create is actually more difficult when I'm out here and not sitting at my desk. This is simply because when I was at my desk, I could easily just pull out a file or pull out the digital product that I was talking about. I could then record myself doing something to illustrate an example to you using that file, and in that way it was easier to capture exactly what I wanted to say and demonstrate my digital product. Out here it's a bit difficult. I can talk about what I have created, but I can't really record what I want to show you on that particular product. So I have to find a way to make it work, and perhaps I will record a part of the videos while seated down in my office or somewhere around the house to show you exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm kind of struggling right now, and if you know how I can do it, please leave a comment down below to say, hey, this is a good way that you can do it, or refer me to somebody else who's making similar videos and are also talking about the digital products that they are selling. So I think right now I need a bit of help, and I'm still learning that lesson. In a past video, I talked about the transition fund calculator. That's an easy one to talk about because I'm currently living through the 5 months of leave that I had planned for. But all the other products, like the planner that I have or the wealth suite, that's a bit more difficult. So I have to intentionally find a way to bring them into the video and talk about them. So it's actually also helping me to be a bit more intentional with the message that I'm bringing, which also helps the point that I made previously, to gather my thoughts before I deliver my message. So all of these kind of work together, if you think about it, in a process where you are trying to build something that is not just about your own life, but you are trying to add value to somebody else's life. trying to add value to the society, trying to bring into the world a future that you want to see in the world. The 10th lesson wasn't so much as a surprise to me because I've heard other creatives say it, and that is, people will look, but so what? Just continue doing what you want. Don't be so self-conscious about people looking at you. Yes, they are interested and curious about what you're creating, and especially in my town and here in the woods, people are not really used to seeing another person walking and talking on a camera, on an action camera like this. So it's from curiosity and not really from judging that people are looking at you. So don't feel so self-conscious. And what I know is that what is generally true is that people are mostly just occupied with their own lives. They will look out of curiosity and then go back to their own thoughts about their own lives. It's not really, they're not paying that much attention to you. And their looking is just from a sense of, oh, I wonder what that's about. It's not really from a sense of judging you or thinking something odd about you. So leave the self-consciousness, step out of your bubble, step out of your comfort zone in order to create something valuable in the world. Same goes for today. As I've been out, I've been meeting a lot of people that I do know from my neighborhood, and they've all just been interested in the baby. None of them even asked about the camera or what I'm doing. They were all asking about how our lives are going and how I'm finding it being a mother, how's the baby doing. Nothing about the camera or what I'm doing with it. So step out of your comfort zone and just pick up an action camera and start vlogging if you want to. Those are the 10 lessons that I learned creating my first ever vlog using an action camera, the Insta360 Go Ultra. This is not a sponsored video, and I would recommend it to anybody else, even just for at home when you want to record some things for your family. So thank you for joining me on this video. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.